The United States Space Force was established on December 20, 2019. The newest branch of the Defense Department traces its roots back to July 1 of 1954, with the Western Development Division based in Los Angeles, California. It was the dawn of the Space and Missile Development Program for the United States of America. Its early mission was to develop and field the nation's first generation of ballistic missiles and the first military satellite program, WS-117L. Through the years that followed until today, the mission of the Space Systems Command and its predecessors was to develop the nation's military space systems. Performing a number of missions, including infrared and nuclear surveillance, reconnaissance, weather observation, navigation, and communication. The mission of the Space Systems Command's Heritage Center is to collect, preserve, and provide information about SSC and U.S. Space Force programs, accomplishments, and heritage.
Today I'm here at the Heritage Center
through exhibits, tours, and off-site presentations. The SSC Heritage Center, located inside the Los Angeles Air Force Base, have several space artifacts that highlight these achievements. These artifacts and exhibits include the Vela satellite, the Defense Meteorological Satellite Program, or DMSP satellite, Global Positioning System, GPS, and the Satellite Control Network, SCN, to name a few displays. The Vela satellite program was one of the early success stories of the Air Force Space Program and successfully monitored compliance with the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty of 1963, the Outer Space Treaty of 1967, and the Non-Proliferation Treaty of 1968. The Vela satellite led to astronomical discoveries such as gamma ray bursts. Its instrument readings was used for studies of sun surface disturbances, meteoric fireballs, and lightning. The next significant artifact is the Defense Meteorological Satellite Program, or DMSP. The DMSP satellite provided weather information for strategic and tactical purposes to our military warfighters and civil agencies.
Now, the payload portion of the satellite consisted of numerous sensors, which were put on the bottom part, or nadir-facing, Earth-facing portion of the satellite. You see the attachment pods underneath there, and that's where the sensors would be attached to do its mission.
Another significant satellite system from early SSC is the Global Positioning System, also known as GPS. This is a satellite constellation that provides positioning, navigation, and timing services free to users on a continuous worldwide basis. GPS is used in nearly every aspect of our lives today, military and civilian. These capabilities are used in commerce, agriculture, recreation, disaster and emergency services, and many more. Today, the U.S. Space Force develops, maintains, and operates GPS. Of course, something needs to control these satellites, which is why the Heritage Center dedicates an exhibit to the Satellite Control Network that tracks our satellites and operated today by U.S. Space Force Guardians. One such station was the Onizuka Air Force Station.
It was named after U.S. Air Force Colonel Ellison Onizuka, who was the first Asian American to fly into space on the Space Shuttle Discovery. He had a distinguished career in the Air Force as a flight test engineer and as a NASA astronaut. The Onizuka Air Force Base was a ground station that was part of a global network that monitored and communicated with satellites, particularly Department of Defense satellites. You see, all the satellites in space are tracked and controlled from Earth through a network of ground stations. This network allows for communication with satellites, tracking satellite orbits, sending commands to the satellites, receiving and processing telemetry data.
The largest space operations activity in the Department of Defense is the Air Force Satellite Control Facility located at Sunnyvale Air Force Station in California.
Lastly, the Heritage Center features space debris artifacts and the space surveillance network operated by the U.S. Space Force. The Space Fence radar system provides space surveillance capabilities to detect and track more than 25,000 objects orbiting Earth, such as satellites and space debris as small as a marble. These are just some of the stories, artifacts, and displays featured at the SSC Heritage Center, highlighting the proud space heritage of the Guardians that honorably serve the Space Systems Command, the U.S. Space Force, and the United States of America. Semper Supra.